how would you describe the Los Angeles sports market or the Los Angeles sports fan? Because listen, I will say that when the teams win, as the Kings found out, because people were like, oh, it's not a hockey town. I will say the loudest the Staples Center was during your 2 Stanley Cup runs. The parades were fantastic. So, listen, I think we like a winner, but how would you describe Los Angeles as a sports town?
Yeah, I mean, I think just, the support in the market is amazing. I think, obviously it's a little bit of a bad rap. I mean, people, they're doing a lot of things to do as we're talking about here, but, each of the teams in LA, and we'll speak for the Dodgers, have a really amazing core fan base, and they're as kind of rabid and excited as you could imagine. And, again, I think it's a little bit of a bad rap because they really do show up. I think we've been lucky to have some success on the field, and so, people have been drawn to that. But, the Dodgers in particular have led Major League Baseball in attendance, for as far back as I'm aware. And I think that's just indicative of the type of market we have, the depth, the breadth, and the relationship we've built with some of our fans. So
yeah, look, you can't blame the 101 and the 405 and the 110 on the fan base. It's, that's the reality of Los Angeles. I would describe the LA fan base as a hardcore, rabid fan base. That's just they invest into a lot of the teams. I mean, when we look at all of our data and crossover, they're Dodgers fans, Rams fans, Sparks fans, Galaxy fans, Lakers fans all together. So, some of them may have season seats to all of them, and that's pretty impressive. So as much as they get, a bad rap at times, like they're a rabid, hardcore base of sports fans that are invested into digesting all of these things the way we are. So when we can, grab their dollars and get them solely invested into us, we're pretty fortunate, but we have to realize that, they're across multiple teams.
Mm-hmm. I say they're arriving late as a plague across all sports.
Yeah.
We all suffer from that. I've worked in many markets, and if anybody's figured it out, let's all talk about it.
Yeah.
But I think with that piece of it, I agree. I feel like the fans are rabid, but they do have lots of options. Mm-hmm. So it's like, they're trying to figure out, okay, when can I make this? When can I make that? And you are fighting the beach in the sun. But
their kids playing
their
sports.
Kids playing sports. It's a lot continuously happening, but I feel like all of us provide unique opportunities for them to enjoy sports, and I do feel like they lock in. Like when an LA team is going, the fans are there. Every bar in LA is crowded. If they can't get into the stadiums, they are rapidly representing their hometown, and most of them are transplants, but it all works.
Yeah.
Well, I think there are two things. One, you get into the transplant factor that we may not be the team that people grew up with. And so therefore, they may follow those teams. And I think that's why you see, as teams surge here and people call it front runners, I think it's something else. I think it's very much that I might follow my favorite team, but when one of the LA teams, when that team's done, when the LA team's still playing, as a civic duty, I'll be a fan there. And that's how I think we grab new fans. But I saw it for us when the Mexico City game, unfortunately, we weren't able to play it. We had no tickets sold. We had 5 days to sell at the Coliseum. We sold 77,000 tickets in 5 days. Had a great, unbelievable experience. It really brought the city together. And it was all Rams fans. It wasn't visiting fans. It was all Angelinos, people who came to the game. And I think there are other markets that like to downplay the success of LA fans and the passion of LA fans just because I think they think it makes it something themselves. And having grown up here, I don't think people's identities of being an Angelino wrapped up in their sports teams as much as it is, growing up here and being part of that the way it is, especially on the East Coast and maybe in some other places. But that doesn't take away from the people who are passionate fans. And when you look at the Kings run, you look at the Dodgers run, certainly in all of our teams when we've had success, you see the jerseys, you see the car flags. It is an amazing sports market. It's very wide.